Super important. So now I'm going to go to the infighting segment of this, and in doing so, you want to remember, if you've ever seen two pit bulldog puppies wrestle around with each other, you'd know that one will walk over and lay on the other like this and just relax, and then the other will lay on him, and then they'll just sort of fall around. They're not actually getting up against each other and bracing and pushing and all that. Well, it's the same thing with two boxers. If I'm going to lean on him, lean toward me, Mike. If I'm going to lean on him, it's in a relaxed fashion. And if I'm going to push on him, it's going to be in a bump type fashion. It ain't going to be using my legs and pushing real hard with my legs. What it's going to be is it's going to be a bump type fashion. I want to bump him up so that I've got an advantage with my legs and so that I can see his lower body. If I want to get rid of him, if I want to turn him any which way on these pivots, I want to take my head here. I want to be eye level with his elbow because that's what I'm going to grab. I want to be outside of it. I'm going to look at that elbow, and I'm going to take that elbow right here, and I'm going to pivot on my left foot. Watch this, just like this, and I'm going to shove him. Same way here on the other side. Let's get over here on this other side. If I'm going to go to this side, I'll get eye level with this. I'll get that right here behind his elbow. I can do it with one finger. It don't take strength. Just take one finger like this and pull my right leg around and push at the same time, and he's gone. If I want to go shoulder to shoulder with him on his right side, and I want to shoot a left hook to the body, and I'm planning on just shooting one hard shot, I'll take and turn my heel out and shoot real hard and pull my head back toward his, this way with my head down, because he's going to get butted if he comes in at eye level with me, just like this. That's where I want it. If I want to double that up, and he's here, by doubling up, I mean going back over the top, I'll shoot this in here, but I won't turn my heel on the first one. I'll shoot this one. It's as a decoy. And the second one, I'll turn my heel over and come across. This is to decoy him. This is to punch with maximum leverage. If you're going to tie a guy up inside, if I want to tie up, for instance, say he and I, get back around here, Mike. He and I are both right-handed. We go shoulder to shoulder, and he gives me that arm, he's in trouble because I'm going to take it just like this, and I'm going to tie it up right here. If I want to get rid of him, I can take this and shove it inside and make a pivot over and get rid of him. If I want to try to bump him with my shoulder, I can take this right here, take a step out with my right foot, and then ram my left shoulder into his face, just like this. I'll pull and then jerk up. I'm sorry about that. Same thing on the other side is if I go shoulder to shoulder here, and I can't get this arm right here, if I can't get over here on this side here. If I go shoulder to shoulder here and I can't get hold of that arm right there, I'm not going to try to reach and grab or anything like that. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go ahead and turn him, and then I'm going to come back in with my right shoulder. Okay? Because either way, he's going to be turning back toward me. These are little simple things you can do inside to nullify another guy's power and not to use so much energy. If I jab at him and he goes under this jab, I'm going to push him down all the way to the floor, and I'm going to take my right foot out just like this. I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to just keep taking my right foot out until he's on the canvas if I have to. All right, now if I decide that I want to throw a left jab at him, what I'm going to do is, if I decide I want to get rid of him if he slips the jab right here, I'm going to take a pivot to my right and shove him that way. If I throw the jab on this side and he pivots, he slips, I'm going to turn him this way. But either way, I'm going to get rid of him. So I'm getting rid of him. I'm getting rid of him straight in by going down. I'm getting rid of him this way by pivoting and turning here. And I'm getting rid of him this way by pivoting and turning this way. But in all cases, whichever hand I'm pushing with, I'm keeping my right thumb on my chin. And that's super important, because if I get rid of him this way and he makes a pivot at the same time and throws a left hook, I want to be able to catch it. Same way as if I throw a pivot if he goes the other way and he throws a left hook, I'm going to catch it. So either way, I've got him. But this nullifies any power or any thrust he has by getting under me or by slipping my jab. So that is super important. Okay, another thing we want to work on a lot is, if you're going to be fighting inside, is getting in position to punch. Now, like if he and I are together shoulder to shoulder with our left hand, I want my right hand inside right here. And the reason I want that is because I don't have to arm punch in order to hit him. All I have to do is, if we're shoulder to shoulder right here, is turn my right heel out and my left hand upward like this. And it will lift his head straight up. It is not an arm punch. I don't have to do this or nothing else. All I got to do is lay my right hand inside and turn my heel out, and I've got him. Same thing on the other side. If I'm shoulder to shoulder right here and I can get this hand inside, all I got to do is turn that left heel out and I can catch him here. But it's real important that if I throw the right uppercut, to get my chin behind my shoulder and keep my left hand in position. All right, if I'm going to throw my left uppercut, I want to keep my right hand right here and my thumb on my chin so that when I do throw it, that my chin goes behind my shoulder here. Okay, that's real important. Hand position, same thing on the other side. You want your hand position to be good. You don't want to just throw these punches and not have your hands so that you're in a position to punch again. So basically that's it on infighting. Let's go through this one more time. If you're going to throw a jab at a guy who's going to slip the jab on this side, the idea is to pivot to your right and shove him the same direction he's going. If he's going to slip it inside, you pivot to your left and shove him the same direction he's going. If he goes under, you shove him downward. Okay? If you're going to grab his right arm, his left arm inside, and you want to take it out, you can take out to your right foot and back up with your shoulder. And it's the same way on this side. If you want to tie this up, you can take him out and bump with this shoulder, or you can do a turn on him and bump him with your right shoulder. Either way, you get him. So the way to tie somebody up on the inside, if you just want to tie him up, you can tie up his left arm and put your right hand right in there, right in that joint right there. And no matter how much he wrestles, I don't even have to be strong. I can take his right, just turn around this way. I can take his left elbow right here and put my hand right behind it right here and push this hand out like this. And no matter how much he wrestles, I don't have to wrestle with him. I just put a little bit of pressure on there and he can't get loose. Try to pull out, Mike. See, try to come forward, Mike. See, he can't do either. If he tries to turn, try to turn back toward the audience. I just turn with him. Turn the other way. I just turn with him. If I want to tie him up, I can tie him up all day long, and I can work him with his shoulder all day long. So it's real important to learn these things in infighting, because there's going to be times that you have to tie people up, and there's going to be times that you have to work them to a position in order to hit them. So hopefully this will help a whole lot. I hope you enjoyed today's segment of You Can Learn to Box. I think I need to point out to you, though, that these particular techniques take many repetitions. You've heard the old saying, repetition makes for perfection. Well, that is exactly right. If you do these things over and over again and you roll your tape back and go through it 2 or 3 times so that you understand it completely and do many repetitions of it, you will become much better. In order to teach boxing, this is for sure